In this video, I will show you how to take a word problem and turn it into a system of linear equations that you can then solve. So Barry is 8 years older than his sister. In 3 years, he will be twice as old as she will be then. How old are they now? So each one of these sentences is going to become an equation. So clearly the two variables are Barry's age and his sister's age. So let's go ahead and just make a note about those variables. Let's use B. Let's let B equal Barry's age. Okay. Let's be specific and say Barry's age now. And let's let S be his sister's age now. Okay, I don't really like to use S because it looks like a 5. But I'm committed to it now. So that's an S. So let's see. Barry is 8 years older than his sister. So that equation is going to be like this. Barry is 8 years older than his sister. That means it's going to be his sister's age plus 8. Barry is 8 years older than his sister. Okay? So that's one equation. Now we need to write a second equation. In 3 years, he will be twice as old as she will be then. Okay, so we're talking about 3 years from now. So Barry's age 3 years from now will be Barry's age now plus 3. Okay, so in 3 years, so we've got Barry's age. So in 3 years, he will be twice as old. Okay, he will be twice as old as she will be then. Okay, well, how old will his sister be in 3 years? Well, if S is her age now, then just like Barry, her age 3 years from now should be S plus 3. So this is Barry's age in 3 years, and this is his sister's age in 3 years. Okay, so Barry's age in 3 years will be twice as much as his sister's age in 3 years. He will be twice as old as she is then. So these are the two equations. So now we have to solve them and figure out how old they both are now. So this would be a good system to do substitution on, since we have one variable by itself. So let's get rid of the parentheses on this equation over here first. So I've got B plus 3 is equal to 2S plus 6. Now let's go ahead and do our substitution. So Barry's age, B equals S plus 8. So I can take this expression and substitute it in for B right here. So watch, I'm going to have S plus 8 where the B was. And then I can just write down the rest of this. So that would be plus 3 is equal to 2S plus 6. So now I just have to solve this equation. So I've got S plus 11 is equal to 2S plus 6, just combining like terms. Now the first thing I like to do when I see that I have a variable occurring more than once is I really would like to get these variables together on the same side. So I can either subtract 2S from both sides, or I can subtract S from both sides. Even though it's going to cause a negative number, I think I will just subtract 2S from both sides, because a lot of students like to keep the numbers on the left-hand side. So that will give us negative S plus 11 is equal to 6. Now subtracting 11 from both sides, we get negative S is equal to negative 5. So dividing both sides by negative 1, s equals 5. So, of course, that is his sister's age now. So to find Barry's age now, Barry's age is going to be his sister's age plus 8. All right, we're substituting the 5 back in. Barry is 8 years older. So Barry is 13 while his sister is 5. All right, let's take a look at example 2. The difference between two numbers is 16. 5 times the smaller number is the same as 8 less than twice the larger number. Find the numbers. First, we need to define our variables. So let's let b equal the larger number. I was saying b for big, but if they're saying larger, maybe I'll use L. Let's let L equal the larger number, and we will let S equal the smaller number. Okay, so we defined our variables. Now the difference between the two numbers is 16. So that gives us our first equation. The larger number minus the smaller number should equal 16. Now 5 times the smaller number, so that's 5s, is the same as 8 less than twice the larger number. Right here is where the mistakes usually happen, because students are tempted to just put the expressions in order. You see the word 8, so students want to write 8, and then less, so they put minus, and then twice the larger number, so 2L. So students will write 8 minus 2L, but that's wrong. 8 less than something means something minus 8. So 8 less than twice the larger number means twice the larger number minus 8. Okay, so it's sort of, you wind up writing it backwards from the order that it appears in the sentence, but 2L minus 8 is actually how you write 8 less than 2L. Okay, so we have our two equations. This would be a good system to use substitution. We can easily get L by itself if we add S to both sides. So that will give us L is equal to S plus 16. So now we can do our substitution. Since L is equal to S plus 16, we can take S plus 16 and substitute for L in the other equation. So that will give us 5s is equal to 2 times L. But instead of L, we will put S plus 16. So we have 5s is equal to 2s plus 32 minus 8. So we have some like terms here, 32 minus 8. So we have 5s is equal to 2s plus 24. Now let's get these s terms together by subtracting 2s from both sides. So that's going to give us 3s is equal to 24. Dividing both sides by 3, s is equal to 8. Okay, so now we know that the smaller number is 8, so the larger number is going to be 16 more than that. So L is equal to 8 plus 16. So L is equal to 24. Okay, so the larger number is 24, while the smaller number is 8. Okay, let's move on to our third and final word problem. Car rental company A charges $40 a day plus a one-time service charge of $45 to rent a compact car. Rental company B charges $50 a day plus a one-time service charge of $5 to rent the identical car. After how many days will the total cost of the two options be the same? What is the cost? Well, the first thing we need to do is define our variables. And you should look at what you are being asked to find. And that will tell you what your variables need to be. So after how many days? Okay, and what is the cost? These are the things we are being asked to find, so they will be the variables. So let's let D be the number of days. Okay, let's let D equal the number of days rented. Okay, and let's let C equal the cost. Okay, so each sentence is going to give us an equation. So let's start with car rental company A. All right, company A charges $40 a day. All right, so this sentence is telling us what the total cost will be. So for company A, the total cost is going to equal $40 a day, so $40 per day, plus a one-time charge of $45, plus the $45. Okay, and then for company B, the total cost is going to be $50 a day. So there's $50 a day plus a one-time service charge of $5. All right, to rent the identical car. So these are the two equations we have. If we want to know after how many days the total cost will be the same, then we can just set these equal to each other. So 40D plus 45 should equal 50D plus 5. So if we solve this equation, we will have the number of days when the two costs will be the same. So let us get the variable terms together by subtracting 50D from both sides. So that's going to give us negative 10D plus 45 is equal to 5. So now we will subtract 45 from both sides. So that will give us negative 10D is equal to negative 40. Dividing both sides by negative 10, all right, we get that D is equal to 4. So after 4 days, the cost will be the same. Now we need to figure out what that cost will be. Either one of these equations will give us the cost after 4 days. All right, if we substitute 4 into either one of these equations, we should get the same answer. So let's just pick the first equation. So the total cost after 4 days will be 40 times 4 plus 45. So that's going to be 160 plus 45. So that's going to be $205. Okay, so adding that into my final answer. So after 4 days, the cost will be the same, and I'll just add on that cost is going to be $205. So here is the final answer. Hey guys, that's going to do it for this video. Go ahead and click over here to watch the next video, and click over here to subscribe. That way you'll get every new video delivered right to your home screen.